Oh, joining me now, we have one of country music's most prized traditional country artists with us. We're going to bring in Joe Nichols. He has 6 number one hits. He also has 8 top 10, and he's still going strong with his 2-decade plus career. And he's going to be at the Vilar Performing Arts Center on Saturday. So we wanted to bring him in to find out a little bit about what we can expect with the show. Joe, thanks so much for phoning in this morning. Great to have you. Where are you calling in from?
I'm calling from my home in Tyler, Texas, actually. Okay. So hello to y'all this morning / afternoon.
Yeah, definitely. It's noon where he is. It's 11 a.m. where we are. But hey, we just wanted to talk to you before you come out here on Saturday. We're so excited to have you playing at the Vilar Performing Arts Center. Such a gorgeous venue. And that'll be this Saturday at 7 p.m. And this is going to be your Unplugged tour. So tell us about this. I know you've been busy touring with the band.
Yeah, we've been kind of gearing up for 23 here with kind of some spot dates. We're up in outside of Duluth this week, and we've got a couple of things later in the month, and of course February is a little bit full. So we like to bounce around from full band shows every now and then. Sorry about that. Every now and then we'll put a power acoustic down, where it'll be me and maybe 2 or 3 other guys, and it's actually more kind of I wouldn't call it a storyteller's night, but it is kind of I do get to talk quite a bit more than I usually do in the regular show. The energy's still there, but I get to tell a few more bad jokes, I think. A few more bad stories.
Yeah, and you know what? It's a great intimate venue, so that's what I kind of thought. Maybe there'd be a little bit of storytelling going on for this. But let's kind of talk about your career and how you got your start. I mean, tell us about, how you began. I understand that you were a disc jockey and, kind of did all sorts of odd jobs in Nashville, too.
Yeah, boy, I don't even know where to begin on the odd jobs I've had. I was a disc jockey in Springdale, Arkansas, where I grew up, at a place called Beaver 105, today's Hot New Country. And I was fired because I played a lot of the old stuff and wasn't too great at following the program log with today's Hot New Country. So that was my first kind of pushback against the man of current country music, I think. Of course, when I moved to Nashville in 1997. Like everybody that moves there trying to, make a music career, you got to do a lot of stuff that you don't want to do. I worked UPS for a few months. That was through the Christmas season. That was a good job. Actually, it was a really good job. I was a cable guy for a minute. I did construction. I did concrete. Concrete is brutal work, as anybody that does concrete will tell you. I was a steak salesman for one day. That was an adventure in itself. I'm a terrible salesman because I can't lie that well, or at least my poker face is not that great. So with steak salesman, it's all about the pitch and everything. And I was, I'm more of a kind of hey, if you like steak, I got steak, but otherwise I'm not going to sell you on this. So I didn't sell anything, by the way. I was broke.
You know what? Maybe you should do a story about all your odd jobs. I think that'd be hilarious.
Oh, wow. I don't think people believe it, honestly. I think I moved furniture, and that was an experience all itself. I think we had this old box truck that we carried office furniture. It seemed like every going out of business sold their office furniture to the next business that was going out of business. And we kind of went from failing business to failing business. And it was a really depressing job, but our box truck was even symbolically falling apart, and we had the metal flashing on the sides was kind of hanging out by about 10 or 12 feet. And so we kind of found ourselves running through the streets of Vanderbilt in this box truck, kind of plowing people down on the sidewalk. We had no idea. So anyway, that was an adventure too.
Okay, but then how did you know when you made it? Like, what did you feel when you're like, okay, this is going to stick? I've been trying, and I'm going to keep going with this journey.
I was signed to Giant Records in 1999, and, I spent a couple of years there kind of developing with my producer, Brent Rowan, and that time the label president was Doug Johnson, and they kind of gave me very formative couple of years in the studio and writing. And when Giant absorbed into Warner Brothers, I had developed what I felt like this was my style. This is what I'm good at, and that was traditional country sound. That was actually the album Man with a Memory that I was working on. And so what ended up happening was I got taken into Warner Brothers when Giant merged with them, and And the direction Warner Brothers wanted to take me was a very pop country, very, a Rascal Flatts sound or one of those guys. And I was like, man, that's just not me at all. And I'm willing to kind of bow out of this because
Yeah.
I believe in that. And they did a very cool thing, which you don't have very many labels in Nashville or any other labels in any city do this for people, which is they let me out of my deal
Wow.
free with music. And
Okay.
they let me go seek a label that was more interested in the kind of music I did. So finding that label, that new label, which happened to be Universal South, I realized that having the nerve to say no,
Yeah.
in the face of, hey, we'll make you a star. You just got to be our kind of star. I was like, no, thanks. I want to do it my way. That's when I believed in myself enough where when people said, yes, this is worth doing, then I believed that, I was onto
Yeah.
something. I was onto something that people would like.
Well, and that's so good because you've stayed true to your roots. You get a lot of accolades from, kind of the classic country, the traditional country. You get a lot of praise from there. But it does seem that you can still kind of bridge the gap and stay relative and stay positive and stay on the same track. And your career's been going on for now 20 plus years.
Yeah, coming up on 21 years I get in beginning of March. That is crazy to me. I remember back to interviews people when I first started out. A lot of the interviews I first did when The Impossible was my single, they were like, "Where do you see yourself in 5 years, and what's your kind of goal, industry wise, career wise?" And I remember very distinctly saying, "I just want to be here doing this in 20 years. I want
Yeah.
to be doing what I love in 20 years, and getting paid to do it, hopefully."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of my first goal. Now my goal is that I want to be doing this in 20 more years. If I still want to do it and getting paid to do it, hopefully. Um, but I think as I look back on 21 years, it seems like it was yesterday. It seems like it was yesterday. And my goodness, the amount of, I don't know if luck or fortune, whatever you want to call it, blessing. But I have certainly been a benefactor of a lot of
Yeah.
blessings and a lot of stuff I didn't deserve, and a lot of hardworking people around me that kind of fought for me and did some amazing things.
Yeah. Well, you just had your album come out last February 2022. And of course, you've been touring about, all throughout the country on this. And, Good Day for Living, another great hit out there.
Thank you.
So, let's talk a little bit about, we got about the music there, but you've also been on the screen, on the big screen. I know you've been in Nashville and everything, but how about the movie that came out in 2021, Murder in Yellowstone City? We watched the trailer and we were like, wow, they should call it Murders in Yellowstone City. There's a lot of guns going off in that show.
Yeah,
So tell us about that.
yeah, that's an interesting experience. I think I'm in the trailer for about 3 seconds, 2 3 seconds, and I think I'm in the movie for about 20 seconds. I found out that no matter how much you do on camera, it's all about the editing, all about what makes it through the editing room. So I remember the director's like, "I'm so sorry, we had to bounce this down quite a bit. You worked really hard on this," and or not so much in those words, but paraphrasing. And I'm like, no sweat. As long as the movie's good and the way you want it, don't worry about having to make me a star or anything like that. I
Yeah.
got a side gig going over here, so that's totally okay. But I thought the movie was really cool. The experience was great. Everybody working with everybody up there was really really kind of fun. So it's fun seeing who all is country music fans and who's not.
Oh, yeah.
That was kind of neat.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Well, you're going to be in Beaver Creek this weekend for the concert on Saturday night. And I've seen on Instagram, you've been wearing goggles before. I mean, I know you've been out there on the hill. Tell us about skiing or snowboarding. Do you do either? And will you get any time to hit the hill this weekend?
I do ski. I tried snowboarding early on. I think in my early 20s, and I believe it did a number on my back and my hips. So I don't know if I'll try that again. I don't know at this date. But I get to get a chance to ski a little bit. My little girls, my 8 and 10-year-old, they're kind of into skiing when we get to take a trip up there. This last trip was up to Granby, and
Okay.
hopefully we get a couple more in our very near future. But yeah, we like to ski a little bit. Mama, not so much, but
Okay.
me and the girls, we like to.
Hey, you tell mom that there's plenty of other things. She can go to the spa while you guys go skiing.
That's more immersive for our speed. Yeah, the
Yeah,
spa.
perfect. Okay, well, now it's the time of the program where we do some rapid fire questions. So, Joe
Okay,
Nichols, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, all right. If you weren't a country singer, what would you be doing?
That is a great question. I have no idea, but it would probably be grunt work, whatever it is. So construction is my guess. I don't know.
But not cement mixing or hauling cement. That's too hard, right?
No, that would no, not that. That was tough.
Okay. Okay, do you have any New Year's resolutions?
New Year's resolutions. Um, I don't think so. I think one of my goals was to get all the work done this next year before December, and maybe take the entire month of December off. This last December, this Christmas season, has gone quite a bit, and I think kind of with the kids being their
Yeah.
age, I don't want to do that one again. I want to make sure this year I want a full Christmas season, maybe from Thanksgiving on through
Okay.
Christmas. I just don't really do much work. So other than that, just basically go do all the work that I can do and fill up the
Yep.
calendar year and squeeze it into 11 months instead of 12.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. All right. What show or movie are you watching right now?
Which movie am I watching right now?
Yeah, or show? Are you
Uh,
into anything? Any
Joe.
series?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's three of them that I can think of. I'm into. Sorry, I don't know what happened here. Um, I'm into Tulsa King.
Okay.
I'm into I guess all Taylor Sheridan movie shows. I'm into 1923, the Yellowstone
Yep.
origin story, and I'm into Mayor of Kingstown. Mayor of Kingstown
Okay.
is that's my jam. So a lot of
Okay.
violence, a lot of blood and violence, but that's kind of my thing, I
That's
guess.
your escape. Okay, perfect. And
Yeah.
then, hey, what's the favorite place you've ever performed?
Woo, my favorite place I've ever performed. There's a lot of really great experiences at a lot of different places, and I know I'm not trying to get out of the answer. I can think of a few. Red Rocks is great. I get a lot
Yeah.
of people that ask, if I've ever played there, and I have, and it was a great experience. I left my wallet up there in the dressing rooms and had to walk back up the hill and convince security that I was who I was, and they let me get my wallet out of there when everything was locked up. That was cool. I love playing Billy Bob's. Every time I play Billy Bob's, Fort Worth, Texas, that's a fun deal. I don't know.
Okay.
I got several of them that are like that. Several
Okay.
good times.
Well, that's good. Well, thank you so much for your time today. We really
No,
appreciate
thank
it.
you.
We know you're on the move, so you'll be in Duluth, and then we'll see you in Beaver Creek, and we're excited for
Yeah,
Saturday's show.
I appreciate you. Thank you for your time, and hope to see y'all out there.
Okay, yep, I'll be there. All right, if you want to get
All right.
tickets, it's this Saturday, 7 p.m., and you can go to vilarpac.org to get those tickets online.